I think that.
Good.
I mean,
Can we go back to the other screen?
sorry?
With flashing ratings cards now available at us, and I'd rather go back to the other screen.
Claire's very broken up.
I think, Claire, if you could type your comments, because we can't actually hear what you're saying. If you can type into comments your questions, then we can hear you, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Down at the bottom of the Zoom page, there's a chat facility, and if you type your question into there, we can answer them.
And I'll just up my volume if I have any problems.
Yeah, sorry about that. I've got my volume as loud as it will go, and I don't have a microphone, so I'm just sitting a bit closer and I'm talking a bit louder.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you. I'll put myself on mute.
And I don't know where I look like because I've disappeared behind the I've disappeared behind the open screen. Right. Okay. So basically, I use print on demand, which is what we all want to do because we don't want to have piles of stuff in storage. So I use two particular printers. One's called Artovo, which is this one here, and although they want you to sign up to them, and they'll ask you, you know, how many units do you think you're going to sell a year, and what's your main port of selling things, you can put anything on there. Once you're on, it does actually say.
Caroline, I don't know if it's happening for everybody else, but you seem to have gone quiet.
Oh no.
Oh no,
not with
again.
me. Not
No,
with me. I can
now.
hear.
Okay.
I can hear her. I can hear her.
Okay. And tell me if I'm talking too fast as well, because I know I talk fast. So yeah, speed up your listening.
I can hear you all right.
Yeah, can you pick up that screen, please? I've written a message, but I think I've got
Caroline is about to talk about this company.
Okay, I am talking about this company, yes. So you should have been able to log straight into this, which I don't think you have been able to do. So anyway, so if you scroll down, yes, let's just see if we can get to homeware. Homeware? Yeah. And cushions, kitchenware. Let's have a kitchenware. Kitchenware, just go across.
The next one on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's have a look at mugs on that one. Yeah, ceramic mug. Okay, so this is these. Oh, I don't know. Can you see? Are you seeing me at the same time as you're seeing the website?
Yeah.
Okay, so these are the mugs, and the reason why I use these mugs is because if you see, the print goes right to the top.
Yeah.
And lots of other ones don't. Things like photo box, the ones that you normally get your photographs done on, don't. And like this is one that is got a band at the top.
Oh, I see.
Personally, I don't like that. So that's why I use these guys. And these mugs are also relatively cheap. They are, you'll see further down, they're $5.42. They used to be cheaper than that. That's ex VAT. They don't have any back stamp, or that means a print on the bottom, but I get a waterproof, a logo that I made.
Oh, for goodness sakes. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I get this label done and it goes through the dishwasher, it's fine. And the company actually says that these are dishwasher proof, but I've known a friend who puts hers in the dishwasher every day and it has faded. So if you're going to sell these, say yes, they are dishwasher proof, because I dishwash mine, but I don't do them that often because I've got so many of them. They go in rotation and they come out fine. What I would say about these guys is, so if you can go down now to, can you go down to where it says personalize? Is it?
Let me log in. Whilst you're talking, I'll just make an account.
I think they might approve it overnight, but we'll see. Anyway, what else was I going to say about that? So this is the same scene, and the thing with Artovo is that every time you want to print a mug, there's no way of saving the original image, so you have to put it in again. And I found that I actually sent somebody a mug that had a different image on it than the one that they saw on the website, because I hadn't lined it up properly. Like this one's got the bridge at the bottom and this one's got the bridge at the top. So it's a bit of a faff. Whereas the other company that I have started to use, Optimal Print, which are all the photographs that you'll see in the little brochure handout or notes from the thing. They do a bigger range. They do porcelain mugs. They also do the big tall coffee mugs, of which I haven't actually got any printed yet. And I just discovered whilst I was doing the notes for this, that they also, you can put text on them. So you can put text up the side, which means that I've now done a mock-up, which you probably won't be able to see, but it's got CarolineSilverArtist.com down the side of it, which I know people have asked before, you know, it would be really nice to have your name on it.
No, it takes 2 days to be approved, I'm afraid.
Okay. Okay, I thought I'd given you a link where you could go straight into my login, but probably it logged out because it was too
Yeah.
long.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Right, so that's Artovo in terms of the mugs. So if you go back to just having me on there, I can show you a few more things, which is these guys do cushions, which can be small, medium, and large, double size, and I've zoomed in on a painting of mine with this one, and they're lovely. They're faux suede, and they are squidgy, nice. I haven't tried to wash them yet. They are zipped, so you can wash them. I've got these ones which are outdoor, so I've zoomed in on my paintings, and well, I'll talk to you about the actual photography in a minute. I think this is one that I had professionally photographed. So I did other ones myself. This is a zoomed in one of a bit more of an abstract one, which I did on my mobile. It's not bad, but it could be better. And that's one that's got this faux suede behind it. And they do these outdoor ones, which are, that's an outdoor one, but unfortunately they only do white on the back, which is a bit annoying. They don't do double-sided. So if you're going to use these guys for cushions, which I thoroughly recommend for cushions, they're really good. Make sure you go look for the double-sided when you're on their website, because it's easy to just do it one-sided, and then you don't get exactly what you want. They also do, this is my first try into their aprons, and the quality is really good with the print colour. It's, you know, this is a professionally photographed piece of my work, but it's lovely. Just stand up, you can see the bridge. And I also did one with this flower scene. They don't have pockets, unfortunately. I guess it's just too difficult to put pockets on. And the con on this one is that they only have the white, oh, there we go, the white straps, which, you know, we're all going to get the mucky right, but they do tie double around your waist, which is what you want as well. So, and these, last but not least, I love these, right? I've got one, I use it all the time. Tote bags. Look at that. I know I sound like I'm on a market stall, but I love these. They're really good, and they're the kind of thing where they're actually at the right length down your arm. They're not like stuck up under your armpit.
Right.
That's the same one again. That's my zoomed in on one of these. Probably that one, maybe.
Caroline, I think Isabel has a question.
Okay.
Sorry, so sorry to interrupt you. Well
okay.
spoken. I just want to know, are you still talking about Artovo or Art Spa?
This is Artovo. So Art Spa, sorry.
It's still Artovo. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, it just happens to be up there. Sorry about that. And that's
all right. No, it's
the same. Yeah, that one basically. So, and I've written prices down on the notes, and Artovo, all their prices come up as so there's, you know, there'll be pretty much everything that you need to know. Everything I'm going to talk about will be in the notes. Yeah, so Artovo do it excluding VAT, and they will add the shipping, and then they will charge the VAT. So that's just to watch out for in terms of the pricing. Whereas Optimal Print, who I'm going to talk about in a minute, have including VAT, so that you don't get nasty shocks at the end of it. And I think in terms of the print quality, Optimal Print are coming out better in terms of being brighter colours, but they don't, like with their porcelain one, the porcelain one is, I don't know if you can see this from my mobile, it doesn't cover the whole mug with that short one there. But those are a bit more, yeah, and they're more expensive as well. So I think what I need to talk about now, and also Optimal Print do these lovely, all of these that you can see on the screen now, those are all that I've done screenshots from their previews on their website. So this is Optimal Print, this is not Artovo, this is Optimal Print. And Artovo do not do a very good preview, whereas these guys, you can lift them off their website and put them into your website or your merchandising or your Instagram, whatever you want to do. You've actually got an automatic mock-up, which I think is lovely. With both of them, I look out for their discounts, and when they do discounts, which Artovo do it maybe about, they do it like around Valentine's or Halloween or Christmas. I order stuff in bulk, like it's not masses, but I get my stuff when the discounts come in because it makes quite a big difference. Sometimes it's free shipping as well. But again, it's like with mugs, you have to store them, right? They come in a box like this, and they're actually in a little foam envelope, which is great. And I've only ever had one chipped one the whole time I've had them. So they're not beautiful boxes, but they at least have stopped wrapping them in loads of plastic tape. They come in paper tape and they're very secure. You can send them direct because you can put in anybody's address. So if you wanted to send them direct from the printers, you just put in your buyer's address and it will go straight there. I think I've probably done that, I don't know, a handful of times, just with one-offs. But in terms of markup, there's not much of a markup. You don't make much money out of it because the postage is about £4 or £5. Whereas if you buy a whole load of them, obviously the postage gets spread out a bit thinner. So yes, Optimal Print, I'll just move over to those very quickly. So yeah, Optimal Print, where I get my cards. So I wish I could sign in and show you. The thing I like about the cards with Optimal Print, she's saying, oh, I haven't got any of them here. They're all in the house. I must have one somewhere. Okay, I might run in a bit and get one of my cards. Basically, on the back of my cards, with Optimal Print, you can have any number of images on Optimal Print, and it doesn't cost you any more money. So I put a big one on the front, I put a little one on the inside. On the back, I've started making a little gallery of lots of different paintings of mine, which are sort of in the same kind of collection, which looks really cute. I'm sorry I haven't got one to show you. I've tried to bring everything out to the studio and missed.
Can you can talk me through it? I've managed to make an account on Optimal.
Okay. So
Wow.
yeah, these people are actually, I think, much more professional. It's a much bigger thing. So if you went to cards and just go to baby, or maybe personalized cards. There we go, down the bottom. Sorry, I always use the baby thank you cards, but personalizing cards.
Sorry,
okay.
I've got quite slow internet.
Sorry, I keep trying to move it myself. Yeah, so scroll up and there should be a blank one somewhere. It says personalize your own. Personalized. Keep going down. I think it said personalized. No, okay. So, but somewhere in here, you can actually grab a blank card and then you can put your own image onto it. So, okay, let's just go to any of them, and there should be a blank one on any of them. Let's try that. And then scroll down and find something. No photo. Yeah. Oh, that's come out as thank you. But anyway, ignore that. You can find them that are completely blank. What you do want to do is make sure with this website that if you go off to the left a bit more, sorry, with that previous. See on the left here where you've got the menu, it says, okay, here we go. So where it says format, see how it says flat, not folded? You don't want that. I did, that was my first mistake. You want folded. Otherwise, what you're going to do is
you
get
want
a
folded, yes.
postcard. Yeah.
Mhm.
So untick the flat, unless you want to have something like a promo, and then you've got to upload your design right next to it. There you go.
Mhm.
So if you could double click on that one. And then format, I think you can pick square on that one on the right hand side with all these little pictures.
What, the different shapes?
Yeah, different shapes. I mean, I always use
Mhm.
square because I just like square. There we go. Next to the left hand side to that next one over on the left. Yeah, there you go.
Mhm. Yep.
Okay, and then click on the personalize bit of it. Okay, now here you can see just above the whole thing where it says upload your design, you've got the little boxes going, the front, page 2 where you can put in another image, page 3 where you
Ah.
yeah, page 3 where you write whatever you want. I always put warmest wishes in mine, and then on the back you can put this little gallery or whatever you want to do, and put your name, put your website, put everything on there. There you go. Okay, and then you can go to the next page. So just click on the little box above. So if you upload my design again, so click on that. There you go, pick on the design again. That's it, and then you can shrink it. Just grab the corners, that's it. And move it around. So go back to page 2. So you've
Oh,
just,
it's done the wrong
yeah,
one.
yeah,
Sorry.
you're on the wrong page. That's the front. Great. Okay, go back to page 2 and just grab hold of that and shift it around. You can grab it and shift it on the actual thing, on the actual, that's there. Grab, can you grab that?
It doesn't want to move.
Doesn't
Wait a
want to
minute.
grab, okay. Okay, well, why don't you press add image just as an example? So go over where you were just now on the right hand side with that little icon on the right hand side. There we go. Do add image, yeah. So you've got another box, you can put it in again. And you can, on the little library that Rowena keeps grabbing things from, if you look at the computer icon where it says choose photo source, you can grab another, you can just upload another image from your computer. And so this is where you can make all the multiples. And you can make multiples on the front if you want.
I'm afraid you're going to get one of mine.
Yeah, that's fine. That's great. Okay, brilliant. And then if you go to page 3, yep, so that's where you would add your text. So you go over to the right where it says text, T plus, and then you get everything to come up to write whatever you want to have as your text. So if you, yeah. And you've got everything there. You've got size, you've got font, you've got bold, and you can move it around as you want. So you can just grab it and move it now if you want to. Yeah, you can rotate it, you can do everything. Great. Okay. Yeah, send it upside down. Perfect. And then onto the back page, exactly the same again. You can have it blank, you can add text, you can do everything. So if you, yeah, put something like that in there, and then okay, lovely. And then if you save that whole thing, well, you could preview everything now because you can go back to the you can go back to page 1. Yeah, and just then you can just flip through page 2, see what you've got on the inside, see what you've got on the and then the back page again, and then save it. And then if you just go up to where it says your account is now, Rowena, yeah, and look down there, you've got drafts, you've got library. So if you go to your drafts, it should be in your drafts. Okay. And so if you click on one of those pictures now and go to and just look above it, you can see there's a trolley for putting it into your basket. There's also right next to it, there's duplicate, and then there's bin. So what I tend to do is, because it's got all my information on it, I don't want to keep uploading it. I just go to one of my previous cards, I duplicate it, and then I work on the duplicate for just changing the images and the title of the thing that I've made. So I don't have to go through the whole rigmarole again, and my cards always look the same. And I just, yeah, there we go. So you can then add in a different image. Then you've got a new set of cards. There you go. Yeah, and that'll be in your drafts again. And I find my drafts are absolutely invaluable. And this is where optimal print is, for me, so much better than Artobo. And then you just pop that in your basket and away you go. And what I always do is I always create a duplicate, because I think what happens is once your draft goes into your basket, it's not in your drafts anymore. So I always create a duplicate before I put it in my basket. Now we'll stay on this page and I'll just show you how to get things cheaper. So you can have one card as a sample for free out of your order, usually. But what it automatically tends to come up with, once you've got one card, then you put another card in, it'll automatically come up with 30 as the number. And yeah, click on the arrow, that's it. If you click there, see it's got 10 items, 20, 25. I usually order 10 of most of my cards, and then you can see they're just over £1. And I take off glossy and I put it on silk cardstock, because that doesn't cost me any more. And the price will go back down in a second. And I also get rid of the envelopes, because although they're very nice envelopes, I can get cheaper ones that are quite nice on Amazon. So I don't pay 13p an envelope. And see how it says product discount? That's coming up usually because they're all pretty much always discounting by about 65% or 80% on most things. And I sign up, they do this thing called Optimal Plus, which always gives you the discounts. It gives you free delivery and 10% in-store credits. You can see it down the bottom, right just underneath the total amount in red. Okay, we've got it here. It's literally £10 a year, or £10.90 a year, and it's free delivery. So down to the right-hand side in the right-hand box, right down there you go, sign up to Plus for £10.90 a year. And so if you're ordering quite a lot, it's really worth doing that, I find, because that's unlock more savings, blah, blah, blah. It makes everything affordable. Yeah, so that's them. Yeah, so they make these beautiful mugs. I really like that tall coffee mug. I'm going to order one of those in. Yeah, they look beautiful. And I'll get one of the porcelain mugs as well, because people before have said, oh, I don't like these cheap Chinese things. Have you got any porcelain? And I'm like, no, they cost a fortune. But now Optimal start doing them, so it's great. I'm going to talk about photography next, because you can make nice mugs with your iPhone, especially if you've got a brand new number 13. But I don't have that. And I also want to have limited edition prints. So this is one of them. I hope it comes across nicely on the Zoom, is Martin Sturgis. I'll show you this one, because this is one that you might be a bit more familiar with. This is the large size that he does. Let's get that in the camera. Right. And that's coming up. These are absolutely incredible quality. They come out exactly as the painting. And I just think I've got a smaller one. The only small one I've got at the moment is that one. But he does do them like 20 by 20. That's the sort of smallest that he does. They always come with this border. He does them, he puts them in the sleeve, he puts them on a backing board. You don't have to have that. He'll sell them to you just as the print, and you can put it in your portfolio and take it away. When you first go to see him, he's got a brilliant setup. He's in Wimbledon Art Studios. He's got, is it 3 cameras? 3 cameras on a stick. So he takes flat images like David Hockney does, so that your work is exactly as your work is, and he will sit there with you when you on your first visit, and you will see him on Photoshop making sure that everything is fine, and any blips that you've got that you wished you hadn't painted, he will take them out. Which I love that facility. And he will also ship for you worldwide directly if you want him to. And the only thing with limited edition prints is, you have to go over there and get them because you're going to sign them, but they are again on demand, so you can just get one. Like I just got one after Christmas. It was a little one. I just popped over and picked it up. I said, he's not there every day of the week because he's got a city job. This is his second job. But when he's in, he's, yeah, I just said, Martin, I need this by Thursday. He said, sure, pop over and pick it up. And he had it all ready for me. So you don't obviously have to have his prints, but he will just photograph for you. And you can have a look at his prices on his website. So I'm sure you've got your own printers, some of you, and maybe you think your printers are better. And I'm all for hearing about anybody's printers. And anybody's got better ideas of where to get them done. So next I'm going to go to, right, so that's Martin, which is fabulous. That's mugs, that's all the stuff. When Martin sends you your files, which he will send you to keep, some photographers treat their photographs of your work as their items. I've had that happen before, that belong to them. And if you want to actually have the whole file, you have to pay more for it. Otherwise, you just pay for them to print your files, or for them to pass your files on to somebody else. They kind of keep the copyright of the actual photographs of your files. Martin doesn't do that. Your files, your photographs are your photographs, and he will send you them in three sizes. He'll send them to you in a TIFF, which is the original size, which is massive, but it means that you can print it on anything, any size you want. And he will send you two other more usable resolutions. One's quite high resolution, usually, like 40 megabytes or something, and one that's low resolution, which is the kind of thing that you can load onto your website or your Instagram, or sometimes you can use it for printing. But if Artovo and Optimal Print, usually their limit is about 25 megabytes. And if you're not really into this megabyte thing, which I'm not, basically, if you try to load the high res one that Martin gives you, it won't load because it's too big. And the small one might not give you the best quality. So you can go to something for free, which is called Cloud. I've got our IMG to go. That's the one I use, and it will resize your image. And that sounds really complicated, but all you need to do is go into it. It's very simple. Upload your image, and then decide roughly what percentage you want of the original size of it. And then it will just convert it for you. You can download it, and then you can use it in whatever you want to use it in, and that is free. So that's great. There we go, file converter. Oh no, hang on a minute, it's not cloud converter, it's the other one, it's IMG to go. We'll come to cloud convert in a minute. There we go. So IMG to go. Yeah. So just scroll down a bit. I think you'll find. Go and keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Okay. There we go. So compress image. That's it. Just below your cursor. There you go. There you go. You literally choose your file. So that is actually a tiny file. That's only 52 kilobytes. If we tried to squash it anymore, it would probably come out like a pencil drawing. Let's just see if it'll load. It should just load. Okay, so you've got two there. So if you click on Bishop's Park, yeah, that one. Or maybe start, just do start. Oh, it says it can't compress it any further. Okay, so that's why it's not coming up. But normally you can choose to, so if you go back one, yeah. You see where it says best quality, smallest file below it, and quality below that? You see, and you've got a whole range of where you can compress it to. So I just play around with it. I start with their best quality and see if that'll get me down to 25 megabytes. If it's not, I just slide it down and do it again. So it's a bit of effort, but once you've got that file compressed to the size that you can use at the printers, then you can just store it on your computer and or your laptop or whatever, and it's there for you to use any time with the correct size for you. Is that me?
And do you always save as a JPEG?
I save it as whatever it comes through as.
Okay.
Whatever he sends me, yeah.
And then what about your resizing?
So resizing, okay, so that's, for some reason I've got something jump on my screen, which I don't want. Let's see if I can get rid of that. Okay, so sorry, your image has gone really small for me. Oh, resizing. I've never done resizing. That's your area, Rowena. So
Okay.
yeah.
That's pixels. I mean, it's got down here depending on what you're resizing it for. So you can choose what if you're sending it by email and you want to have
Okay.
a relatively small desktop, would obviously be a larger number,
Yeah.
pixel number, because you want it to be quite good definition.
Yeah.
Tablet doesn't need to be so good, and obviously mobile is quite small. So
Okay.
you can tell it what you're going to be using it for. And I think the resizing is not for printing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. I had never gone down that far. I got to the bit that I wanted to use, and that was it. Okay, so let's pop over, because in terms of what you were just saying about converting the file from one sort to another, I actually use Cloud Convert for that, which is also free and incredibly easy to use. I've used it to actually make these notes. So I use Pages on my Mac, and lots of people can't read that. So I convert it to PDF using Cloud Convert, because Cloud Convert is free. So Rowena, if you want to go to Cloud Convert, oh, are you there? Yeah, you're there already. Okay, great. Yes, so if you select a file, and you can pick anything for this. Okay, and so yeah, if you just see above where it says PDF to convert, yeah, so you just pick out whatever you want to convert it to, and yeah, and then once you've pressed that, you just press a little convert sign underneath. It won't let you do that because, oh yeah, there we go. So convert now, and it will do that. And you can do this without signing up to anything, 10 different files a day for free. But even
so that's changed a PDF to a Word document.
Yeah.
Or you could do it for Apple Pages to a Word document.
Yeah, it's an absolutely brilliant free website. And I tried to use another one because I hit my 10 a day limit the other day, and I went to another free site and it moved my images around. You know, it really jiggled everything around, whereas this one doesn't. It just converts it the way it is. So yeah, I like this one. And my daughter, who got me onto this one, said you can convert more every day if you want. She said sign up to it. It will not charge you anything, and it won't send you any emails. They just want your details. So I mean, I don't do that. I don't use more than 10 in a day usually. Okay, so I mean, it sounds like we're getting a bit off the topic, but these things are all part of making sure that you've got what you need to actually print what you want. And once you've used them a few times, it's not such a big headache as it seems to be when I'm just throwing all this information at you at once. So on my images in my website, you will see, because I'm going to get onto copyright and watermarks now. On my images on my website, I specifically put my name across it in a very opaque text, all the way across it, so that people cannot just download my paintings and print them off themselves for free. I know copyright stays with the artist until the artist says that somebody else can use their art or reproduce their art, and you could be licensing your work and having somebody pay you a lot of money to put it all over their bags or whatever, their wallpaper. But until they do that, the copyright is yours. And so that's why I got a bit cute about this, because I saw other people, other artists doing this. Some of them will make it so that you can't, so that you can't zoom in. Because this is my file. Oh yeah, there you go. That's the copyright, yeah. And I literally, before I load this onto my website, or as I'm loading it on my website, and you'll find this with lots of places, you can even do it on the editor on your phone. Just go to the bit where you can add text or crop or in any way edit your image. Type out your name or whatever you want to put, turn down the opacity right down to wherever you want it, swivel it diagonally because it covers most of the picture, and then just keep duplicating it and moving it around so that you can still see your image, but it's obviously not very good to rip off. So that's a little tip about that. I've also put in the notes about Avery, who are the sticker people. Oh, sugar, that was full of water. Just get a towel. Yeah, Avery are really good for stickers. And I'll pick one up that hasn't got water in it. Yeah, I showed you this before, didn't I? So you can design your own little sticker. I know it's so tiny, you need a magnifying glass to be able to see my website address on there. But they stick like crazy. They're absolutely brilliant. They do cost about 50p each, but it's worth it. And finally, I think it's finally, no, there's QR Code Monkey. Let's have a quick look at QR Code Monkey. Sorry, I'm racing through this. I'm aware of time. So where are we at the moment? Are you on QR Code Monkey?
Yes, it's
There's
nothing showing. Wait a minute.
So, hopefully they still exist. A QR Dash Monkey, that's right. So brilliant. So this website I absolutely love. I only found it just before the last exhibition, and you can literally set colors. There's certain things you can't do unless you pay them. So I used all the free stuff, and you can make 5 free QR codes, and all you have to do is bring up your website or your Instagram account or whatever it is that you've got where you put your social media of your stuff.
What's yours, Caroline? Caroline?
That's carolinesilverartist.com. I don't know whether it'll do it with that because it hasn't got the HTTP. What I would normally do is go to my website and then actually copy the, what's in the little bar for the website. But anyway, if that's working, great. And then can't remember. I haven't done this for such a long time because once you've done it, you don't need to do it again. I think add logo image maybe, or maybe not. Okay, so I didn't actually do that logo image thing. I just embedded my my website address.
This is showing you how important it is to file your stuff correctly so you can find it easily.
Anyway, so it is actually really easy to use. So if you were to click create the QR code now, it should actually So that is a QR code for my website. Let's just see if I can actually get that to come up with my photograph. Now I'm going to look at that through my phone. Yeah, see, if you lift up your phone now, if you've got your phone with you and actually point your phone at that QR code, you will actually now have my website come up, and which you can click on, and it'll take your phone straight to my website. Bingo. I don't know if you've all managed to do that, but it's done it for me. So I have that on, unfortunately it's not out here, but I print those out on a sheet once I've saved that and downloaded it, print it out on a sheet about this big, stick it onto a piece of mount board, cut it out, and that's what I put next to my work at the last SOFAP exhibition. It's brilliant, you know, it puts people in touch with the rest of your work and you and your artist profile, which I think is a really nice thing, because if people don't know who you are, they get to find out about you really quickly, and it's free. So that's QR codes, which isn't printing, but I just thought, you're here, you know, you want to be doing different things.
Do you need to have a website for the QR code to get a QR code?
No,
Could you link it to your Instagram account?
Yes, I think
Thank
so.
you.
Whatever, yes,
Well,
because
anyway.
whatever URL you've got, you know, if you've got something that's up in the search bar, that's it. That's all you need. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. So what else have we got?
Oh, my battery is running low. Oh.
Top tips, getting organized. Yeah, get organized. So when you for me, I just had a scattergun approach. I had stuff everywhere. And then I realized that when I wanted to reproduce my images, I didn't know where to find them. So as you're starting to do merchandising or printing or whatever it is, get it organized with a few files on your laptop or your desktop or whatever it is, so you know where to find these things under the name of the printers or under the name of whatever it is. It's so much easier when you come to reproduce things. So what I wanted to say on Instagram was, in lockdown, I decided, that's when I started making the mugs, and I just on the Instagram account, you probably know this, but you might not. I'm going to pull mine up on my phone. Let's make sure. Okay, so on your phone, there's a little thing down here which says boost post. And if you press boost post, you can actually you can go through this process and send out an advert. And what I did was, with this advert, you pay for the amount of time you have the advert running, for the area, like a radius, and I think I did a mile, maybe 3. I'm sure I did 1 mile, because it's cheaper the smaller the radius is to you, and it's cheaper the amount of time. So I think I did 3 hours, and I picked my time as Sunday afternoon, when I thought people are just going to be lazing around, they're going to have their mobiles handy, and they might look at something, they might be scrolling on Instagram. And so I did it did I do a demographic? There might be a demographic. There's lots of choices, and the smaller you make your choices, the smaller area you cover, the cheaper it is. So I did an advert for about £12 for a mile for 3 hours, and I got a whole load of orders for my mugs, and I also had something like 350 views. Now I think the views come just as literally somebody's got their Instagram on and they're scrolling through and your advert appears, that Instagram treats that as a view. So it does put the views up. Sort of a cheap way to put your views up as well. But what was really lovely was I ordered all the mugs in, and I went round and delivered them to people on my bike. And I met my audience, and a couple of people wanted to come to my studio and see my work after lockdown. So that, I think, is actually quite a good way of getting connected to your people and letting them know who you are. So that's why I wanted to mention that in this workshop. Let's go back to so I put some selling footnotes in here. Yes, so I'm just having a look at, why do I do this? So originally it was the mugs. and actually it was for me. I wanted to see my paintings more often every day, and I thought, let's try this rather than having photographs. And I really liked it, so then I put it out to the world a bit. And some people wanted to have a set of 4, and some people wanted to have a set of 6. So, and that was a bit tricky because they wanted to have, one of them wanted to have it as a present, as a wedding present. So it was like, I needed a box as some nice presentation. So you have to kind of keep it in mind about presentation as well. And also when you're choosing what to put on something, like if it's going to be mugs, make a 4 or a 2 or a 6 as a collection, decide your images and make them work together. That's really useful. So I had florals as well as a collection. Storage, you know, each mug takes up this much space. So I've got a cupboard full of mug boxes. I've taken a few of them out and thrown the mug boxes away so I can just have them stacked up, because then I just have them like this at the Duke and the Green Fair, because it's easier to carry them around and store them like that. So storage is the thing. Obviously the cushions always come through full. You could take the middle out if you wanted to, but you know, you trying to keep all these. I mean, these are all in my sitting room. I love them. So, you know, I just have them around because I love them. And I have done it so that I did the Apple Fair at Fulham Palace, and I just had one and I took orders for it. So yeah, that's a good way of doing it.
Claire's asking about tea towels. Have you done tea towels?
Oh yeah, now I did tea towels with Artovo because that was a new thing, and I thought, oh, this would be great. I washed it once, it was terrible. So I haven't found a good tea towel printer yet, unfortunately. I don't know if Optimal Print do tea towels, but if anybody does actually come across tea towels, because tea towels are so boring, right? And all of our art will look great on a tea towel. So, and their tea towels are something like £10, and they're not cheap. And also, there was a bit of an issue with the image size. It wasn't easy like the other ones. For some reason, the tea towel was really hard to get the image size right. Yeah, so what else? Tote bags. I saw an artist at the Wimbledon Art Fair, abstract artist, and she had a whole rack full of these, and she was selling them for £39 each, and they looked so lovely. And I just thought, I'm going, rather than buy hers, I'm going to have mine. And I sold one literally off my shoulder at the Duke on the Green Fair, because somebody wanted a bag, didn't have one, loved what I'd got, so I sold it to her. What else? Instagram adverts. No, I think I've covered everything.
Are there any questions? I think that's probably the
Yes.
reopen it up. I shall unmute everybody.
I have rambled through everything that I know, and I'm by no means an expert, and I'm very happy to have anybody tell me that they got somebody better. But I thought that I'll just tell you what I know after all these months and years of trying things out. Oh, just whenever you do it, get a sample first, make sure it's okay. Yeah, before you dive in.
Oh, that was brilliant. Thank you very much, Caroline. I know that there are some questions coming up. Claire says, what do you sell your cards for, and do you put them in plastic slips?
Yes, so I buy my cellophane bags from Amazon. You have to make sure you've got the right size so it covers the size of the envelope, because I've ordered them too small before and they don't fit in the envelope because the envelope is bigger than the card. I sell my cards for £3 each. Martin Sturgis, who I will use, I think, possibly in future, because he will do them for £1 each. So, you know, you get your photographs done by him. He would produce, I think the minimum order is 10 on beautiful paper. I don't know whether he does them in cello bags or not, but cellophane is combustible, probably is. It's compostable because cellulose is made from wood. So I don't feel so bad environmentally. It's not actually plastic, it's cellulose. Yeah, so I get my envelopes from Amazon and my cello bags from Amazon, and I get them at like 50 at a go or 100 at a go. And I sell them for £3. There you go.
Brilliant. Thank you. Are there any other questions from people? I think you've been very thorough in all that you've covered this evening. I think it's been really, really useful. Thank you very much, Caroline. Any questions from anybody else, or you're all on mute? If you want to ask a question, you're going to have to unmute yourself.
Isabel, can you unmute
Right.
yourself?
Hi. Just sorry. There's so much that is new. But could you run me just briefly through the Instagram boost? Because as you were speaking, I looked it up. How do you boost? And you go to your profile, right?
So yeah, go to your
main page. Yeah.
your main
Sorry,
page,
it doesn't show.
So that's my main page. So I just clicked
Very good.
this one, and it's just there.
So you click on a thing, and something should come up.
So all this stuff comes up.
Mine just has pin to profile, archive, and share.
Okay.
You might have to change your profile from a personal profile to a business profile. And you do that if you go to where you sort out your profile and put your bio in and things like that. I think in settings or something like that, there's the ability to change your profile from personal to business.
Thank you. That's very useful. Thank you.
I must have done that without realizing it.
Yeah.
The one thing, but once you've boosted your post, is that can't go back into that one and change it. You can't edit it at all. Because I realized that when I boosted my post for my mugs, I'd made a spelling mistake or something in the.
Oh yeah, that's easily done.
Yeah, it didn't stop people buying.
Yes.
But yeah, I just thought, I couldn't do anything about it, which meant I didn't really want to. I don't know if you can't, and you can't repost it. Yeah, once it's been boosted, you can't repost it. So make a duplicate of whatever you're doing in your drafts, which I know, I mean, yeah, it's all a learning curve.
And Claire's asking about notifications. Again, you have to go, Claire, if you go to your profile and you've probably turned off notifications, which is why you don't get notified that you've got a post.
Okay.
Any other questions? No, I think you've been. We're all going to have to play around with the websites and see how it goes.
Exactly, and I guess all of this is explained in the little booklet that you have sent.
Yes, so, pretty much everything.
Exactly, but it's been great. Thank you very, very much. I am really admiring.
Well done, you.
Thank you. Has it been a bit? I mean, I know I had so much information. Has it been a bit like, oh my God, I don't want to do that. It's too much.
No, it's been great.
I think the great thing is that everybody's seen the sites. Now they can go away and play with them. And if they have any difficulty, at least we know, you know how to make it work. So we can come back to you.
Caroline, yes, come back to you.
Anyway.
And my daughter said as well, she said, oh, Mum, please put my my image converter on the notes. And I didn't have time to do that. My daughter's she's only 16. She's actually created a like Cloud Convert, an image converter herself.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so if Cloud Convert doesn't work, or you'd like to support her a little bit, I can send you her converter.
Well, send it to me and then I'll send it out to everybody. I think that's brilliant.
Right. Excellent. Okay, well done, her and you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all very much.
We shall end this. I hope, fingers crossed, that the recording has worked. And thank you for the.
Thank you very much.
Winter lecture number 2.
Organizing.
Thank you, Caroline.
Tremendously useful.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.